Welcome to our session, everyone, with your coffee specialists. We're going to look at sipping into the future, where we're going to talk about the trends for 2025 and in particular, signature drinks. So what are signature drinks? Well, they can be anything you want them to be, but they're a unique, often seasonal beverage that goes beyond standard coffee. They blend your creativity, your storytelling, and are visually appealing, very important. So looking in 2025, what we saw as our key trends and what's trending at the moment are your coffee mocktails and cold brews. Matcha, we've all heard of a strawberry matcha, and also the tea-based innovations. Decaf is on the rise, and it's all about being Instagrammable and having those aesthetics. A bit of a data shot, a major syrup supplier saw an increase of 35% in their syrup orders for 2025 so far. And 60% of Gen Z are influenced by social media, and we need them to be coming into the doors. Cold coffee itself in urban cafes are making up 40% of sales. Why it works? Well, it works because it's going to make you money, and we want to help you do that. It broadens the appeal, and it creates a point of difference in a very saturated market. A bit of a case study. In Q1 in 2025, a Sydney CBD cafe introduced 3 mocktails. They saw an increase of 18% in overall beverage sales and 25% increase in social media engagement. Cafe in Perth introduced One Reel once a week over 2 months and gained 103 followers. They gained 6,800 profiles that were reached, which is an increase of 200% on last year, 73% profile views, and they were all Perth local, so people who will be coming in their doors. And 48% of followers were actively viewing the content. So the analytics really spoke for itself. So as we look forward and sipping into the future, signature drinks are more than just a trend. They're a strategic tool for growth and differentiation. Thanks, guys. I'm going to hand over to Enoch.
Hey, I'm Enoch. I'm the Queensland Coffee Specialist. Today I'm going to be talking about creating a base for your signature drink. So the base obviously is important. It's going to set you up for success in your signature drink. So it's going to create the structure, the tone for in your signature drink. So brew methods, there's 3 main brew methods. You got espresso, batch brew, and cold brew. Espresso, nice, punchy. We've had it before, very versatile. Batch brew, a lot cleaner, floral, high sweetness. Cold brew is, refreshing, crisp, clean. And these are just things that you can obviously just utilize just for your signature drinks. Single origin versus blend. So obviously single origin is going to be a lot more floral, sweet, acidic. Mainly you want to utilize this for black coffees, just so you can highlight the origin of the coffee. Whereas blends, of course, it's strong, robust, best for milk base, just so it can really cut through and shine. And you can use it really for, a lot of things, very versatile, especially when you're creating something nice and sweet as well. And then now we'll just hand over to Dan to show us his signature drink.
Hi guys, welcome to the 2025 Immersion, and this is the signature drink that we're going to be creating for you today. The main focus with signature drinks is about experimentation and about basically utilising goods that are readily available within your cafe space. The drink that I'll be creating today is the R&R, which is a raspberry and rosemary cold brew with a maple cold foam sitting on top. Simply put it together, what you do is grab some fresh raspberries, smash them down, introduce your cold brew. This particular cold brew, we've basically done a 1:10 ratio with our foundation blend. I'm going to add a tiny bit of ice here just to cool down. A little bit of maple syrup just to take the edge. A little bit of rosemary infused sugar syrup. What that has in is fresh rosemary, a little bit of orange and a little bit of lemon zest. What we have here is just a simple cold foam. Cold foam recipe usually works with a 1 part sweet element, a 1 part milk element, and then a 2 part cream element. You mix that, and what the key call out is to make sure when you're placing it on top that it doesn't separate. You introduce that to the top of the drink. What this adds is a really beautiful mouthfeel and a really good sweetness to the drink at the end of the day. And just to finish, this is some dehydrated raspberry. What that adds is a really nice texture to it, as well as a really nice aesthetic at the end. And that is our signature drink.